Looks like some football, a kidney transplant saved his wife, and now former NFL running back creates a foundation in support of organ donations. He's here in the studio and will tell us all about it.
As you would expect, Coach keeping things upbeat, positive, focusing on what works so far. John Stanley Brockington, a former running back. Did you know we were going to go with the full name?
I didn't.
All right. He was the Green Bay Packers' bruising first-round draft choice out of Ohio State University, the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year in 1971 after receiving a kidney transplant from his wife, Diane Scott. The John Brockington Foundation was established. Thanks for being with us on Good Morning San Diego,
now
John.
Everybody knows my middle name. My mother did that to me.
I'm not gonna say it again, because I've seen some highlights of you at work, man. There was no more bruising, more determined, more punishing running back than you in the NFL during your day. Would you agree with that assessment?
Well, I like to think so. Yeah, sure. There was Larry Zonka, though. He was pretty bruising, and he was much bigger than I was. I played at 220. He was like 240, 250.
Oh, yeah.
He was a big guy.
Yeah, but you carried that 220 like a sledgehammer.
Yeah,
We're watching you against the Chiefs in this highlight. Yeah. Was that your was that the style that was just God-given, or was that what you wanted to run like?
Well, you know, I made the determination in high school that, you know, and I did this because I used to watch these NFL shows, and there was a show called NFL Today, and they would go to training camps, and the big fullback Ken Willard was in the 49er camp, and I guess he was in a drill, and he gets into the defensive backfield, and he starts all this trying to shake and bake somebody, you know, and the coach said, no, that's not your style. You just run into him and hit him. You're not going to be an elusive runner at 240 pounds.
Right.
I said, you know what? That's pretty much like me, you know. I mean, make one cut and go, and don't waste any time.
Nobody takes more punishment than a running back in the NFL. Would you agree with that?
Running backs and linebackers, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty much the same thing.
All right. As we watch the Chargers get ready for another season, and the entire NFL coming back, and training camp is underway, and preseason has already started, do you recognize the game that we see out there today? It's so scientific. It's so many X's and so many O's now, as opposed to just mano on mano when you were playing.
We used to call plays 36, 37 slant. That was it. Now it's X, Y, Z, QB, this and that. I mean, it's much more elaborate because they throw the ball so much. And when I played, we ran the ball, you know, to set up the passing game. It's a different game now. When I see it, you know, I mean, it's still football, but it's so much passing. It's just a little disturbing to me sometimes. If I was a coach in this league, I would build my team to run the football and control the clock, because that's how you control Aaron Rodgers, Phillip Rivers, Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, all these great quarterbacks who throw the ball 40, 50 times a game. Keep them on the bench for 6, 7, 8 minutes, you know, and they can't hurt you.
One of the newest inductees in the NFL Hall of Fame, Bill Parcells, did pretty well with that formula.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Keep the dangerous guy on the bench. Control the clock.
We see players going out with stubbed toes now where, you know, you never went out of a ball game. Are players less tough than they were in your day?
You know, it's just a different mindset. It's a different mindset, John, now. I mean, now running backs run out of bounds when there's a defensive back coming after him. We would have been benched. I mean, Woody Hayes would have slapped me on the bench, and I'd never gotten off that bench had I done something like that. You could not run out of bounds. It was a game of yards and inches, and you had to get the inches.
Wow.
These kids now, at the end of a run, to save themselves. You know, they're making so much money, they don't want to get hurt. And so you see guys running out of bounds. Unbelievable.
Speaking of saving one's self, your life was saved when you received a kidney transplant. Talk about the foundation that came about as a result of that life-saving surgery, and what you're doing now to make sure others have access to that same procedure. My friend then, Diane Scott, we were friends, and then in the year 2000, when I had kidney issues, she stepped in and wanted to be my donor. And we were transplanted in November 28, 2001. And it was a game changer. It's like, you know, taking a bad battery out of a car and putting a new one in. I mean, she saved my life. You know, it's really the gift of life. And now I can do anything I want to do. And I take my pills every day, which is, you know, nothing. It's easy compared to dialysis. Other than that, do you notice any difference in your life?
Oh, no, nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. You know, and she's healthy and I'm healthy, and it was a great gift. And that's what we try to get across with the foundation. which we started as a result of my transplant. You know, we try to raise awareness for organ donation and transplantation. We have 1,800 people in San Diego waiting for a transplant. And we want people to register. The more we can get registered, these people can come off the list. A few weeks ago, one of my friends that I work with passed away waiting for a kidney. So now, one of those 1,800 people has a name. I'm not going to say his name in the air because his family's out there, but it's personal to me now, you know.
You don't believe that should ever happen, do you?
You know, it shouldn't. You know, people go to the grave with these organs in them, and this is like gold they're taking to the grave. You know, give them up. Let your heart keep on beating. Let your lungs keep on breathing. You know, this is why we do the foundation. We have different events. We have galas. We have fundraisers. Our Fan for Life event is coming up in April. We get out there and we celebrate this whole thing. You know, get people involved. We have some great, you know, board people, honorary people. Trevor Hoffman, Bill Walton, the big guy, Randy Jones, the Cy Young Award winner, helping us out. It's just wonderful. You know, my wife created all these programs. This is wonderful.
Fantastic work you're doing, John Sledgehammer Brockington. I gave you a new middle name. You like that one?
S. I can still use the S.
Yeah, sure. You can still call it John S. Brockington. All right. Thank you for being with us on Good Morning San Diego. It's an honor. Great to meet you as a Packers fan.
Absolutely.
All right, sir. We'll be back right after this. You're watching Good Morning San Diego.